지중해의 보석이자 중동 기독교인들의 오랜 피난처였던 나라 레바논. 하지만 종교와 이념이 뒤엉킨 15년의 참혹한 내전은 서로에게 깊은 상처를 남겼고, 뜨거웠던 신앙은 점차 생명력을 잃은 껍데기, 명목상의 전통으로 굳어졌습니다. 그리고 오늘날 사상 초유의 국가 부도와 베이루트 대폭발, 또다시 덮쳐온 남부의 전쟁과 쏟아지는 난민들까지, 세상은 이 땅을 향해 끝없는 어둠이라고 말합니다. 하지만 모든 것이 무너진 이 폐허의 한가운데 진짜 예수님을 만나 조용히 빛을 발하고 있는 사람들이 있습니다. 가비 목사님과 코젤 사모님, 이들의 이야기는 전쟁에서 시작됩니다. 하나님은 어떻게 두 사람을 만나게 하셨고 깨트리시고 이 땅 위에 세우셨을까요?
Today, I want to introduce my good friend Gabi and Cosette. Before I meet you, I didn't know there is a Christian in Lebanon. So, I really am honored to introduce you guys to the Korean subscribers.
Thank you.
So tell me, how did you guys meet God? Or how did you become a Christian? What are you doing? Please tell me your story.
Actually, I knew about the Lord because most of my uncles and aunts and my relatives, they met the Lord a couple of years before through YWAM, Youth of the Mission.
Yes, yes.
So I joined a meeting then that Youth of the Mission started. They used to call Friends of YWAM meeting, and that was during the war. And then later on, not long after, another war started in Lebanon, and many of the missionaries left Lebanon. Many of the leaders left Lebanon, and I found myself I used to play the guitar like 1 or 2 chords. That's all. So I found myself I have to lead worship. So I started leading worship.
You also went to the theology university.
I did a lot of studies, biblical studies with YWAM. So I did many schools with them, and on which I got my degrees. Yes, because each school you do, that you get your credits out of that school. So I accumulated my credits and I got my degrees, on which I did a master's MBA. To be honest with you, I was not very much interested in having all those theological until now. I still now until now I don't know where I had it. I don't know where is the paper that says that I have had it. Because it's more about knowing God, not knowing about God.
But I heard that you are one of the most famous worship leaders in Lebanon, right?
Yeah.
전쟁이 전부였던 청년에게 예배는 처음으로 다른 세계의 문을 열어주었습니다. 그리고 가비 목사님은 아직 레바논에 거의 없었던 자유로운 예배의 선구자가 되어갑니다.
So tell me about
This is it's my passion. I love to lead worship, and I love to worship God. Not to lead I love to worship, and it was because in a way I was a pioneer. And at some stage there were very little worship leaders in Lebanon and in the Middle East too. So and it was very very rare spirit-filled leaders, worship leaders.
this, like the 1990s.
That was 1988,
Wow.
89. And so I started leading worship, and when I started, many people will criticize me that now our worship leaders, that they do the same thing that I used to do like 30, 40 years ago. So when I started leading with like freedom in the spirit worship kind, it was so weird then. No one heard of it because they used to do very much the traditional worship. So little by little, yes, God just used me in a way. The presence of the Lord was so strong. And then later on I started to be invited to the Middle East to lead worship in conferences and stuff like that. So in a way, yes, I'm more known to be a worship leader than a pastor and a preacher.
가비 목사님이 전쟁 속에서 하나님을 만났다면 코젤 사모님은 다른 종류의 전쟁 속에 있었습니다. 가장 가까운 사람에게서 온 상처, 무너진 꿈, 그리고 끝이 보이지 않는 어둠.
You are in the Christian family too?
I was in a Catholic family also before I met Gabi. When I met the Lord before Gabi, so I used to go to church and love Jesus and serve in the church. But I didn't have this relationship with God as my father. Intimacy. I wasn't born again. I was just doing what I have to do.
The religious way of living.
The
Yes,
traditions.
The
you know.
traditions. I wanted all what I wanted to be is on TV, famous, to have a TV show, something, TV news. So that was my dream. And when I graduated from university, my father was a very rich businessman.
Rich, right?
Yeah, businessman. And because of the war, he lost everything.
The Civil War, right?
So yeah, to make the long story short, we lost everything suddenly, and also my relationship with him was destroyed. He was the only safe place I had, and he was and he was the most person hurting me. I was so destroyed, even though I was engaged to another person, and we left each other at the same time after 3.5 years together. So it was as if everything around me was shaking. So at that time, I graduated from university. I went to my first job, and it was in the 10th floor. And I used to go outside to the balcony and say, "What if I just throw myself from the?" Yeah, I didn't tell you the story, but it was really a dark time in my life, and I decided to live, but I didn't know how I will make it. And I prayed, and we had a photo of Jesus in our house, and I was crying that day, and I looked at the photo, the painting, and I said, "Do you really exist? Do you see me? How can you see me like this? Are you a real God? Do you really exist?" And I told him, "I will give you 1 week to tell me who you are, where you are, if you are real or not. I want to see you, to touch you. I want you to change my life, to do something in this week. And if you don't do anything, I will say that there is no God. And I will live, because I decided not to die because of my mom. So I will live as other girls are living." And that week, it was the first time I was invited to a church, to an evangelical church. I didn't want to go there because I had ideas about these evangelical churches, but I found myself Sunday morning in the church, and as Gabby said, when I put my foot in the church, they were worshiping, I started crying. I felt that he was there. I felt his presence. I felt him embracing me. I felt that as if I'm home. Finally, I'm home. You know, the warmth feeling that I'm here. He was speaking to me for the first time. I heard his voice. He was saying, "I'm your father. I will be with you. I will take your hand. Put your hand in my hand. I will be with you. I will change everything."
일주일의 시한을 정해놓고 던진 기도. 하나님은 그 기한 안에 응답하셨습니다. 그 순간 TV 앵커를 꿈꾸던 한 여인의 인생이 완전히 바뀌었습니다.
I will change your life. Since that day, he started changing my life. I started to dream again, to laugh again. And and the next meeting, the second meeting, there were a big conference for 4 churches in Lebanon, there in the mountain, somewhere in the mountain. And I went with my friend, and there was Gabby. I saw him with the guitar. And I said, "No, I don't want this one to lead worship. I want the other one." But when he started, I said, "Oh, this one is good. He's good also in worship.
He's not bad.
Hey, his voice is good. He's not bad." And when the meeting finished, we had lunch together, and all the girls there that I met they came to me and they said, "Did you meet Gabby? Did you meet Gabby?" And I said, "Oh, who's this Gabby?"
Gabby was a famous person.
Yeah, he was famous.
He was like a superstar in the
Yeah.
In the Christian community.
And he was sitting and I was standing, and they said, "Did you meet Gabby?" And I looked at him and he looked at me like this. I said, "Oh, who's this Gabby?" I was so proud, and I never a man treated me like this. So I knew that there's something about this Gabby.
Why did you act like that?
Because I tell you why. Because being on the stage all the time. And I didn't want, because many girls would come and they want, and if I do any action, they would think I'm sending some signals. So and I was so honest. So I said, I don't know the girl. So I mean, when I saw her, I said, oh, she's beautiful. But you know, I cannot just send her like, I like you, because this way it's not. And you hear about all those men who are on the pulpit who use their authorities and or use that to play with girls' emotions. I was so afraid. I was so scared. It's like, so that's why girls, they used to think I'm so proud. Actually, I was afraid. I was not proud.
예배자와 전도자, 하나님은 전혀 다른 길을 걸어온 두 사람을 한 자리에 세우셨습니다.
And when we met, in 9 months we got married.
Really?
Yeah, because I said, you're the right one. I don't want to, I mean, why wait? Because I know that you're the right one. I would never start something serious unless you are the right one. So why wait?
결혼 후 6년, 가비 목사님은 부목사님이시자 예배 인도자로서 안정된 사역을 이어가고 있었습니다. 그런데 하나님은 예상치 못한 말씀을 주십니다.
The first shifting was when like 6 years after our marriage, we had our first daughter. She was 3 years old. A year before, I started feeling in my heart that I need to leave my position in that church. So first of all, I was resisting, because that was our community and everything we knew, and that was a church that I started from zero with my friend, and I knew all details about the church. I knew everything about the church. All our dreams were there. She met the Lord there and everything. So for a year, I was fighting and struggling with the idea of leaving. So why do I and leave to where? But the Lord kept pushing me, leave. And then, so after some struggle, I said, Lord, okay, if you want me to leave, then let her also feel like we need to leave. And then she came to me one time. She says, Gabby, I feel like...
At that time, did you know the idea that Gabby was struggling to leave?
I know that he was struggling, but not that he wants to leave. Yeah.
God to
I said, if you want me to leave, let her also feel the same, because I didn't want her to leave because of me. Because
So
I
he
know that
came
she
to
has
me and
her
he told me.
friends and sisters and ministry in church.
So when he told me, I feel like this and pray, I said, no, this is our church, we cannot leave.
Also, the housewives want a stable
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
boundaries, right?
And also it was also financially stable for us, because the church was paying us money, you know.
Kids.
And
We
to
have
go
one
there.
daughter, and we were going to school. We had to pay school fees. It's all very expensive in Lebanon, stuff like that. But then I felt strongly from the Lord to leave. It's like it was almost pushing me out, almost like I could feel His hand pushing me out. And she came to me one day and said, you know what, I feel the Lord saying we have to leave. So,
After I prayed, when I
yeah.
prayed, I felt the same. And he started telling me about the life in faith, how to live by faith. And because he was a YWAM, and I was so excited to see this.
one of the reasons why I wanted to leave also is because I started feeling that I am a worker, an employee, you know, not someone who's serving. Experience this, you know, because when I was a YWAMer, it was a daily, you know, like every day. It's like give us our daily bread. And I don't know what we're gonna eat tomorrow, but today we have bread, you know. So God is faithful. I could see God's hand on the bread that is on our table, if I can say. So when I said this, and I was like, "Are you ready to live like this? Because that's not an easy life." So she said, "Yeah, that's exciting."
I didn't know.
She did not know exactly what I was inviting her to. I didn't tell her all the details.
You only tell the good thing about
Yeah,
it.
the good thing when God you know sent. So the day I resigned, I felt I was so happy,
So free.
so free. And then I heard the Lord saying the same word He told Abraham. You go to the land I will show you. So, okay, show me the land. No, you go step by step.
교회를 떠난 그들 곁에는 아무도 남지 않았습니다.
The most difficult thing in that time that all our friends from that church, the old church, left us because they couldn't understand why we are leaving. So they left us. We used to have them everyday people in our house, every day. And then we found ourselves alone.
No community.
No community, yeah.
Yeah. It was not easy. Because I was an assistant pastor and I was very active, very popular. People likes me, and so and Cosette also. We both are very extrovert.
We love people.
We love to live around people. So suddenly, it's only me, her, and our daughter.
매일 집을 가득 채우던 사람들이 사라지고 남은 것은 세 식구뿐이었습니다. 그러나 하나님의 계획은 거기서 끝이 아니었습니다.
And then we start praying with my friend. She was divorced and she was so sad. She used to come to our house and pray with her. Then another girl came, then another one, and then our house was full again.
become a house church.
Yeah, we did not
the
plan
people.
for it. We don't know. It started with that lady that she was going through the divorce. She's a very good friend. She's a spiritual daughter to me.
And they
People
came
kept
to
hearing.
Gabby. And so the people came to Gabby and said, "You are our pastor. We want a church. You are our pastor."
Because of the worship, because people gathering together, it become the house of the prayer, and
Yeah,
they feel the presence of God.
Yeah. And they said, "We want you to marry us. We want you to be our pastor. We want you."
Yeah, like they want me. It's like, when we want to have marriage, we want you to be the pastor during the marriage. When baptism, you know. And I was like, I don't want to be a pastor. I don't want church anymore. And then the Lord spoke to us clearly that I want you to start a church. That was after 1 year starting the meeting in our house.
3 years of the design and
Yeah.
1 year of the gathering prayer.
That was 2009. It started 2009 in our house. 2010 it started as an official church. After 1 year, the Lord says, I want you to start an official church, and I want you to call the church King Jesus, because I want to be the king of the church. I don't want any man to be the star. It's like, and then the Lord reminded me of the verse in the Old Testament when it says that when David ran away from Saul, and he was in the cave, one of the caves, and the Lord sent him the heroes that were with David then. Yes. They were not heroes at the beginning. They were all full of bitterness, in debt, broken, and then they joined David, and then later on they became David's heroes. And then the Lord says, I'm going to use you as a church like that.
God is making weakness to be strong. Right?
Yes. So we had the group of people who are in our church now, the leadership that is on our church, they are heroes. And we're so blessed by people like this. Seriously, I mean, people who are so passionate for the Lord, they want to serve Him in a beautiful way, and they have the right heart. They don't do it to show up, to show off. They understand that Jesus is the star of the church.
목사가 되고 싶지 않았던 사람에게 하나님은 목사의 심장을 주셨습니다. 상처 입은 믿음의 사람들이 모여든 이 교회에서 예수님만이 유일한 별이 되는 공동체가 만들어지기 시작했습니다. 그런데 교회를 세운 지 얼마 되지 않아 가비 목사님의 생명을 위협하는 위기가 찾아옵니다.
So how did you feel when he was in?
Oh, don't ask me that. It was so difficult. I
Everyone
was,
thought Gabi is going to die.
yeah.
And she had no idea. She was at
Because
home, and I kept telling them, don't tell her, I'm
told
okay.
Everybody, don't tell Cosette. I don't want Cosette to know. And I was with the baby at home. She was little, July. And then I called his aunt, the doctor, and I said, tell me what is wrong with Gabby. And she told me the truth and said, what? And then I called someone to stay with the baby, and I went to the hospital, and I saw everybody in the hospital. And I went to him, what are you doing? Am I a child? You're not telling me? He said, I don't want you to be sad. So, yeah, it was so difficult. And to take the decision, the doctor came to us to take the decision to me and to give him the
Blood thinner.
high dose of
high,
blood
high
thinner.
dose of blood thinner for 48 hours.
It's so risky. Yeah,
Yeah.
so risky and.
That will make you fear.
Oh yeah, of course.
So so the doctor says, you might have this as also as your mom. So if we do this blood thinner, if we do this, because if you lose blood, we cannot stop it. You will die. So I said, if you don't do it, what happens? So the first thing she said, if you don't do it, we will do it just to save your lungs, she says. If you don't do it, you won't be able to sing well. I said, listen, singing is my life, you know? I said, do it, I'm not gonna die. So the doctor started crying. So I said, listen, in your opinion, am I supposed to be alive? She says, only 2% survive what you went through. Only 2%. And no one would live what you went through. So I said, I'm not gonna die. God will not allow.
After you got the sign from the Lord.
After I got the sign from the Lord. So I said, listen, I'm not gonna die. I said the same word that the Lord spoke to me. I said, you know, there is a limit. You know, God has a limit for the sea, not to cross it, right? There is a limit also for devil. He will never cross it. Do it. I'm not gonna die.
정말 다행히 열흘 만에 3배로 부풀었던 심장이 정상으로 돌아왔습니다. 폐에는 손상이 전혀 없었습니다. 의사는 기적이라고 말했습니다. 가비 목사님은 다시 예배를 시작했습니다. 가비 목사님의 육체가 위기를 넘기던 그 무렵, 코젤 사모님의 영혼에도 깊은 밤이 찾아왔습니다.
Can you also share the one story that you strongly felt of the Jesus during the walking the intimacy relationship?
Yes, 2017. It was a difficult time in our life, and at that time I lost my father and my spiritual father also. He's an Egyptian pastor. He died at the same time with cancer also. And what? And we had problem in the ministry. People were leaving us, and at that time also we didn't have money at all. We wanted to go to the funeral of my father in the mountain, and also we didn't have money to fill our car.
We didn't have car then.
Then after that we lost our car. It broke in the street, and then we sold it at $2,000. And then he borrowed his father's car, and he did a big accident. So we put the $2,000 to fix his father's car. At that time, I used to open my Bible. Nothing goes to my heart, just words. I read and sleep. I couldn't feel the presence of the Lord. I couldn't hear him because my heart became like hard. And yeah, one night Gabby went to a meeting. I had to stay here with my mom. She was sick, and my daughters. They all went to bed, and I was alone here. I was on the carpet here crying on the floor, and I said, Lord, I cannot live like this. I cannot live without feeling you, without hearing your voice, without feeling your presence. I prefer to die. And then the Lord came that night, and it was a resurrection for me.
How was it? Did you feel the presence of God?
I felt he's embracing me again, and I was speaking, and I said I was feeling as if I lost all my life doing nothing. I said that I felt that I'm not good in anything. If someone asked me, what are you good in? What can you do very good? I used to think nothing. I just can love. And for me, before that time, it was a weakness. I just can love people. It's a weakness. And when the Lord came and he said, Cosette, you can love. Arise. And he spoke to me from the verses from Song of Solomon's. Arise, my bride, arise. And he said, don't ask questions. Don't ask why this happened. Just come, I need you. There is a lot of things that I want you to do outside. You can love. I gave you my heart, something from my heart. And many, many, many people need this love, need to feel my heart through you. And it was a resurrection.
바닥에서 일어선 코젤 사모님, 그리고 가비 목사님에게 하나님은 이미 다음 장을 준비해 두고 계셨습니다. 이사야 60장 1절. 짙은 어둠이 땅을 덮을 것이다. 그러나 너의 위에는 나의 영광을 나타내리라.
Says, Gabby, I want you to plant your own seed as a church. I said, Lord, our seed is very little. So anyway, and then because of the crisis, people were rioting on the streets, so people were not coming to church. Only like 15 people would show up on Sunday, 15, that's all. So I shared with people, I said, listen, I believe the Lord is saying that we need to help the community.
It sounds
So,
like crazy.
It was
Because your
completely
church people are
crazy.
also broke.
Of course, they were going through the same crisis. So I said, the Lord is saying, I want you to give, to help people outside the church. So I thought in my mind, maybe we can raise like $300. We can help like 10 families.
It's like you're fundraising with the poor.
Yeah. But for my surprise, we were able to raise $1,500.
$1,500.
Yeah, and I was like, wow, that's too much money. So we made like a 50 parcel then, even less.
50 boxes.
We were planning to have 50, but because of her, we did less. Because she wanted to put more. And then for our surprise, people start calling us. A friend of mine that I've known for years and they haven't called me even like 30 years. And then called me and said, Gabby, how are you doing? So we're good. So listen, we were praying and the Lord says, we need to send you $5,000 to feed the poor. What? Okay. So people start sending us money. And people start calling us. They said, we want to help. How can we help? And then we start with 50 parcels, and now then we get to a place where we feed 800 families every month. We never had funds like that. People start give us, and like even people from Korea, they would say, we'll send you food, we'll send you money, we'll send, and from the States, from Egypt, from UAE, friends from England,
Everywhere.
and like all the friends that I had invested in all my life, suddenly they start calling me and they said, we want to give money. It's like, wow, So they start giving money, and then the team start to grow, the Mercy Ministry team grow, and then we're like 8 of them working together to give, because we wanted to also, all the organizations and churches, they were giving, but people would come and stand in queue to take the money, to take the food, for example, for monthly, and they had to stand in the sun, and it was so humiliating. So we said, no, we don't want to do this. We want to go and give it door to door. We go to their houses and just give them the parcels. And so when we did this, we were in tears, like, thank you for doing this. And also, Cosette wanted to have in a box whatever she thinks that she would buy when she was to the supermarket. So she says, if I go to the supermarket, this is what I want to put in the box. So she would put in the box not just any food.
The best.
The best,
Even chocolate for kids. Everything.
Yeah, because
so when they used to open it, they would cry.
it's not just an activity of filling a box with anything that is cheap. Yeah, like what we gave, it was never thrown away because it's not for use. It was something that they needed on a daily basis. They can cook for their kids and they can help. It was not enough for the whole month, but it was a very good way to support, so they can finish up the month without any needs. So.
Not only food, we helped people to fix their houses after the explosion, many houses. We bought washing machines, everything they lost. It was a very joyful time to us in the ministry, because we just go and love and give, and they ask us, who are you? Why do you love us? You don't know us. How do you love us like this?
Because we never said we're a church.
And then we told them who we are, and many of them said, can we go to your church? I said yes, and they came.
49개의 박스로 시작한 나눔이 매달 800가정에게 닿는 사역이 되었습니다. 그들은 교회의 이름을 내걸지 않았습니다. 그저 사랑을 전했고, 사람들이 스스로 물어봤습니다. 당신들은 누구입니까? 그리고 전쟁이 다시 찾아왔습니다. 레바논 남부에서 밀려온 난민들, 내전 시절 총을 겨누었던 상대편, 킹 지저스 교회 앞에 가장 어려운 질문들이 놓였습니다.
And when he told us this, not only for Christian, for everybody, even our enemies, it wasn't easy, because it's easy to preach about love your enemies, bless your enemies, but if someone hurt your sons or daughters, how can you love him and just bless him and help him and feed him. And it's not easy at all. After 50 years of war, I was born the year the war started in Lebanon. So after all these years, and for us, they destroyed our life. They destroyed everything. Because of them, we are here now. And the Lord started showing us His heart for them. He wants them on His table like us, in His house. He died for them as He died for us. So, and He said, go and be the light. Go and be the refuge place to them. Go and be the home. We are so proud that our church is known as a family. We are a family. And the Lord said, are you ready to be a family to your enemies? It's not easy at all.
It's easy to be family with a friend.
Yeah. With good people.
Jesus said this. It says, what good is it to love someone that you can love? But when someone you cannot love and you show love, because this is how God loved us. We were all sinners, but He loved us. We didn't care about Him, but He loved us, So I think this is the culture of heaven. Heaven is different than earth. We on earth, we react. You do me good, I'll love you. You do me bad, I hate you. His kingdom is His culture. So you have to love someone and you cannot love them unless you are loved by God. Otherwise it will be superficial. So we had to be filled with His love, so we can show His love to this part of the world, to these people, and a genuine love, not just love. And it has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with nationality. It's exactly, we look at you and we know that you are so priceless because you are, Jesus paid His blood for you. And when you understand it this way, when you look at it this way, you start looking at them in a different eye. So then you start loving them. Then you can show them love. You can go and help. So with the little that we had, we start helping them.
One of the old men, he's a period of time, he was the soldier of the Lebanon,
Yes.
and he was the gun shooting each other, which is real enemy.
Yeah.
For him to love them is really...
During
And his
the
friends,
civil wars,
he
we were
said-
enemies.
Yeah. He said, I saw my friends dying in front of my eyes because of them. How can I?
Yeah.
He was in tears. He said, I want this heart, but I cannot. And he was praying, Lord, give me your heart. I cannot. And the Lord gave him his heart. And he was the first one going to the streets.
Wow.
When the first rain came, he said, Cosette, it's raining. How did they sleep with this rain? I'm going to help them. I'm going to see what they need. And we start helping them.
Many of them, they were so
Touched.
touched by what we're doing. And many of them, they were like, okay, it's your duty to help us because we are in need. So we don't care about the reaction.
doesn't matter.
We just
Yeah,
do
yeah,
it
yeah.
because,
We did it
we
for
keep
them.
forgetting. The church forgets something very important, that Ishmael also is a son of Abraham. And if Abraham was blessed and his seed is blessed, Ishmael also is part of the blessing. So it has nothing to do with politics. I know that sometimes we feel like they heard, they do this, and they do that, but they are the son of Abraham. They are also, and that's what Cosette shared about, they have a place on the table.
하늘의 문화와 땅의 논리는 다릅니다. 그것은 총을 내려놓는 것이 아니라 우리의 마음을 바꾸는 일이었습니다.
Yeah.
Pray for you, and I hope
Please.
I'm pretty sure God will provide everything. I
If
see
it's
a
will.
lot of heart for the youth from the Cosette. God bless you. I love you guys. and
Love you
thank
too,
for
Habibi.
the
Thank you
love.
for coming.
Thank you so much.
하나님은 목적지를 미리 알려주지 않으셨습니다. 대신 매일의 발걸음 위에 함께 계셨습니다. 전쟁 속에 태어나 예배자가 된 남자, 절망의 바닥에서 사랑의 사람이 된 여자, 그리고 지금 다음 세대를 향해 또 한 걸음을 내딛는 이 부부를 위해 여러분의 기도가 필요합니다. 이번 레바논 3편을 마무리하며 레바논 교회를 위해 한국에서 귀한 마음을 모아주신 수많은 동역자 여러분께 감사드립니다. 그에 앞서 저희 더 히든의 제작 및 후원 원칙을 다시 한번 명확히 말씀드리고자 합니다. 저희 더 히든은 여러분이 보내주신 귀한 후원금을 영상 제작비로 단 1원도 사용하지 않는 것을 철칙으로 하고 있습니다. 기획과 촬영, 항공료를 포함한 모든 채널 제작 비용은 이재열 대표의 대응 INC에서 전액 지원하고 있습니다. 여러분의 후원금은 오직 현장의 사역자들을 살리는 데에만 온전히 사용됩니다. 현재 레바논은 멈추지 않는 전쟁의 여파로 현지 은행 계좌가 모두 동결되는 초유의 사태를 겪고 있습니다. 이로 인해 이번 후원금 전달은 부득이하게 기한을 정하여 한국에 있는 선교회의 계좌를 빌려 가비 목사님께 안전하게 전달하는 방식을 택했습니다. 여러분이 흘려 보내주신 귀한 후원금의 모금 내역과 전달 과정은 추후 더 히든 채널의 커뮤니티 게시판을 통해 한치의 숨김없이 투명하게 공지해드리겠습니다. 원수를 사랑하며 생명을 살려내는 이 거룩한 사역에 든든한 후방의 동역자로 함께 해주셔서 다시 한번 진심으로 감사드립니다. 이제 여러분의 기도로 하루하루 견뎌내고 있는 가비 목사님의 인사를 전해드립니다.
Hello, Korean family. Just a small note to say thank you so much for your love, for the way you just reacted and moved to our message. Many times we just feel like we are alone, fighting alone. But by like gestures like you've done, just give us a push to keep on doing whatever God called us to do. We're not gonna give up. We're gonna keep on, and this is because of your love. Thank you for your support, for your partnership, your partners in whatever God is doing in this part of the world. We love you so much, and we really appreciate you. Bless you, bless you, bless you. Big, big hug and love from Lebanon to all of you.